Happy Friday morning to you all. It's 9:30 on Friday the 13th. Lucky Friday. I'm going to call it a bad Friday because that was the day my middle daughter was born, was on that Friday the 13th. 79 degrees, feels like 84. Actually, it feels hotter than that, trust me. The humidity is thick this morning. I mean thick. 81%, yeah. It's thick out here. We're supposed to get pretty hot today. Up in the mid to high 90s, like 96, I think. 94 to 96. I've been seeing differing forecast models for today and tomorrow, but yeah, it's toasty. Anywho, taking the wing out for another commute. I need to go up to Cypress and work at a client site there. And I'm going sans top box today. Decided to pull it off there just for the heck of it. Doesn't need to be on there. My laptop bag fits under that seat in that massive storage compartment without any trouble at all. Starting off with half tank fuel. I've got plenty to do what I need to do. Debating on my route here. Which way I want to go. I'll just go. Figure it out on the way. I'm on the big girl, so I could take the highway. Yeah, I'll take I-10 over to Eldridge or something and go up from there. That'll be interesting. A little different route this morning. Get me a little bit of scenery instead of the normal concrete slab commute. So I was watching the news last night. Early this morning, I can't remember. I think it was last night. There was a rolling shootout with some gangbangers in my old neighborhood, right where I'm getting ready to ride through today, up at Huffmeister and what is it? Highway 6 Huffmeister area. But yeah, it's like a mile and a half from where I used to live, and we got out of that area because there was a lot of crime and bad stuff going on at that time, and it seems to have just gotten worse. I think of the easiest way, yeah, I'll go ahead and take the HOV for a few miles. I'll jump over. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Just gonna decide whether I was taking the highway or just surface streets to get over to Eldridge. We'll figure it out. I'm undecided this morning, just rolling. These pavement slabs through here are getting pretty bad. Finally, the city is working on Fry Road behind me over there. The Fry Road has been one of the worst in Houston for a long time. Almost as bad as Richmond Avenue down in the Galleria. But finally, the city is redoing some of these sections. But I mean, this is just a roller coaster all through here and Fry Road. This section right here is getting worse monthly. I mean, it's woo. Crazy enough, I take that bump, this section of bumps through here in front of this Walmart better on my bikes than I do in the cars. I've got to really slow down in the cars because they hit a resonance and they hobby horse and pretty much go full compression, top out and then bottom out over a couple of those. If you're going the speed limit 30 to 35 miles an hour, it's rough. It's a nice morning out here as long as you're moving. It's kind of steamy, but I was thinking, oh great man, our fall weather has come. No, not yet. Still pretty hot. The last several days we had were good. We're leading up to the spin-off from the hurricane. We didn't get much here at all. Down further toward the coastline, Galveston, Texas City and all that, they got hammered pretty good for 2 days. But we didn't get anything here really, just light sprinkles and drizzle. Really overcast, but didn't get much precip out of it. No footer, no footer, no footer, no footer. check out the line of migratory birds that are geese, ducks, can't tell what they are, but flying in a giant V. That's a lot of birds in one shot. Trying to move my helmet up there and look at them while I'm looking down. I guess the birds thought it was fall too. Not yet. Not a no-footer this time. I don't think those people are ever going to pick up that fence. It's been down for almost 3 months now. Went down during the derecho and they never did lift it. Looked like it went down in one piece pretty much. They would just have to set new posts. I love these brakes now, man. They feel great. One finger, barely 2 fingers. One firm finger is all I need. I don't need to even reach a second finger up to it. That's it. Stop good. Can't imagine how much better they would be with braided lines on here. Get rid of the rubber. Run the highway over here to Eldridge and go up by the Bear Creek Park where I was the other day. Take the back road all the way up to, what would it be? Well, I guess I could just go all the way up to 290, but I need Huffmeister over there. One nice thing about commuting with this scoot, there's never any shortage of power or torque to squirt away from a problem. You just roll the throttle and go. Above 75, 80, there's a little bit of a lag, you know, spooling it up for the CVT to kind of down gear, quote unquote, but she's got plenty of poke to get out of problems. And welcome to the problems. 9:30 in the morning and it's still like this on I-10 East. Yeah, I've said it before in old vlogs, but you know, the old saying about New York City, you know, the city that never sleeps. You should try Houston. Houston literally never sleeps. This highway, all of our major highways, 45, 610, all these major arteries are busy all the time, all day long, every day. There's never a lull. Sometimes between about 3 or 4 in the morning, and I fucking hate trash bags, sometimes between 3 or 4 in the morning it'll get quiet, but it won't stop. You know, there's no lack of traffic. Even on the surface streets, you can get down on the surface streets in Memorial City Mall area up here, or oh, got a problem coming. Gonna kiss door handles there, you geniuses. Take a look. Galleria area, anything, any busy commerce center, it's always busy, 24/7. You'll never find empty stoplights, empty streets. It's very rare. It's got to be a holiday or something like that. Houston never sleeps. And our rush hours have just gotten longer and longer and longer. There's really no end to the rush hours anymore. There's a peak time to it from about 6:45 to 9:30 in the mornings, and then again from maybe 3:30 to 7. And the evening rush hour is really long. But beyond that, it's just always busy. There's never any shortage of traffic and crazy problems. I don't know why you people are stopping. Just empty road up here. Get off your brakes. That curb is hidden. You can see how many people have nailed it. It's in the shadow right there, and the striping isn't very pronounced, so people bank that corner and whammo, nail that median. I've seen a couple of people hop it and damn near turn their cars over, hit it with the back wheel and lift the car way up on its side. Two-wheeling, bicycling. us a little bit of green for the commute today. Deer strike, you can see all the blood back there on the pavement. We used to have a lot of deer out here in this area and also in George Bush Park, back there on Westheimer Parkway where I ride through sometimes, but I haven't seen any deer at all out there in George Bush Park on Westheimer Parkway in probably 7 or 8 years. When we had the big flood and hurricane, I think it was Harvey, might have been Ike, I can't remember which one. That whole area was flooded for weeks, and that's when I saw no more deer. So I don't know if they drowned, got killed off, migrated elsewhere, not sure, but it doesn't seem like they've come back to the park, which, you know, sad for them, not bad for us, because there were quite a few deer strikes on Westheimer Parkway in the evenings for several years. In fact, I almost got taken out by one on this bike. I was commuting home one night, following with traffic, going a little quick. You know, everybody usually does through there. Speed limit's 45, but everyone usually runs 45 to 60. So I was tailing about 55 right behind a truck that was in the right lane. I was behind him, you know, normal following distance, about 3 seconds behind him, 2 to 3 seconds. And it's dusk, and I saw just something move out of the corner of my eye, and I guess he didn't see it, but right off of the right shoulder, I saw something moving, and I just instinctively got off the throttle. I didn't even hit the brakes yet, and a deer ran right out in front of that truck, and he hit him square. I mean, just pow, and the deer went flying airborne about 15 feet in the air, went over the truck, and was headed right at me. And oh my god, it was close. And the deer was flipping in midair, so I was having trouble in a split second tracking trajectory, trying to figure out, is it coming straight at me or is it going to the side, going to the left? And it looked like it was going left, so I almost dodged left, and it's a damn good thing I didn't. I ended up tucking to the right and just squeezing over on the white line, and the legs of the deer actually hit the screen right here, just blink, and went right over my shoulder. Holy shit. Woo! And I was still going, you know, 45, 50 miles an hour. If I had been going any slower or further behind that truck, I would have gotten the secondary strike. It would have landed right in my lap, literally just venison delivery. Here you go. Shit. It was a close call. That was just a little after I had moved out to the Katy area, so I'm still getting used to that park road and the threats out there at dusk. In the 10 years that I've lived out there, I've seen, I think I've seen 4 strikes, or no, sorry, 3 strikes. I've seen 4 or 5 deer on the road, just off to the side on the shoulder, but not since the big hurricanes came through. No more deer. If those were crows or small turkey buzzards. a nice looking complex. Looks empty. Trouble? Can't tell. Looks like all the tires are good. Maybe engine trouble. I haven't done a motorist assist in a while. I usually don't go more than a few weeks, maybe a month without doing that. There's always somebody on the road that needs help. Oh man, one of the somewhat recent ones I did, I guess it was a couple years ago, I decided to take the little C3 home from the warehouse one night, and I was on the I-10 feeder road, kind of, I guess it was right behind me back there. It might have been another mile over. It was close to Highway 6, between Eldridge Highway 6 somewhere, and a lady was sitting kind of in the middle lane at the light, and it was dead. You know, car was dead. She couldn't get it started. It was just dead stick, and you know, she's backing up traffic real far. So I pulled around on the curb over to the side and ran over and asked her if she needed a push. And I can't remember now what it was. It was a small-ish car, you know, a little Volkswagen Passat, or you know, something about that size. Might have been a little Nissan. I can't remember it now. But anyway, you know, I told her, you know, take the brake off, put it in neutral, turn the key, you know, to where you can steer the wheel. I'll push it. And man, I had to push her like, it was a half a block at least, because I had to get her through the intersection. She was further back than this to the line. I had to get her over to the side, through the intersection, and then all the way around the corner, and pushed her up into a car dealer service parking lot. And man, I about gave myself a heart attack. Because I was grunting, you know, doing squats, pushing that car, and got it up to speed, and then trying to get it up the little driveway hill into the car dealer. Woo, buddy! I worked up a adrenaline rush on that one. I can't remember if I was on the Cub or the C3 that night. I don't recall. It might have been the Cub. The fuel she is a dropping. I need to reset the clock on it. So in my previous commute vlog on this that I did a few days ago, I don't remember what day that was, Monday, Tuesday. I haven't ridden it in a couple, 3 days. I rode it to the store and back, you know, little stuff, but I ended up taking a car for my work commutes because it was raining. Anywho, my previous commute, I was trying to figure out ballpark mileage, you know, on my trip meter, and what kind of fuel economy it was getting. I forgot that I had unhooked the battery on this thing, and that resets the trip meter. So I think that I had 30 or 40 miles on it before I unhooked the battery, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll fill it up today. Excuse me. I'll fill it up today and check the economy. Be nice to know what it gets. I know what it used to get. I don't know what it gets now. It's had a minor tune-up. Did not do the valve clearances because I didn't want to tear the engine down or the bike down that far, and I didn't have a valve cover gasket for it, so I don't want to open it up until I've got a new gasket. But the spark plugs were replaced, air filter, all the other stuff. Yep. Should get pretty decent fuel economy as long as I'm not just flogging the hell out of it. I wonder how the boys are doing up in Arkansas. I haven't sent any more texts back and forth with them about my travel plans. I'm sure they've assumed, as I have, that it's not going to happen because it's Friday and I'm not on the road up there. And they're leaving Sunday or Monday. And I guess I could go up there this weekend. I don't know. I haven't ruled it out, but chances aren't high. I think the weather has probably cleared out from the hurricane. I'm not sure about that. I haven't looked at the forecast or the radar track, but it should be okay up there. It'd be a long-ass way to go for just 1 or 2 days of motocamping. West Road. I probably should have gone over right there. Dang it. Oh well. That's my old neighborhood, just right over there, about a mile. Well, a mile and a half. Let's go up here and I'll jog over to Huffmeister. I think Huffmeister's still that way. Can't recall. I think it is. Yeah, it is. No, it's not. If that was west, I'm too far this way. Dang it! I'll have to circle around. I think. Hell, my compass is all screwed up. I can't remember. I should know this. I lived over here. Oh, no. West, Sam's and all that stuff is over here, so it's that way. Hey! Nice! X-Pro! Look at that genius. God. Like I said, stop signs optional in Houston. Yeah. 1960, Highway 6, and then Huffmeister. Huffmeister, 1 mile. So many car lots just dried up during C-19. I don't dare say the word in fear of censorship, but yep, C-19 dried it all up. There's a few here and there, but I've noticed that it's mostly used car inventory. It's rare to see fully stocked dealers, new dealers. Just don't have the inventory. Maybe they've changed their inventory models and they're doing more, just-in-time inventory kind of stuff. They only stock it based on orders or whatever, but I don't know. It's almost depressing, It's like the economy is still crap, and the economy is still crap. And see, all this crazy nonsense driving, and here you are sitting right with everybody else that you just cut off and almost caused accidents with. Shit stain. Anyway, I won't talk politics because I always get flames when I talk politics, so I won't bring that in. I'm just going to say that I hope the economy improves. Let's say, let's say that. Once we can get past this election cycle, whichever way it goes, and I'm not gonna put my thumb on the scale. Whichever way it goes, hopefully the economy settles down, you know, and all the oppressive inflation and everything else that we've been experiencing quits or lightens up. Because the official numbers on inflation are crap. I mean, anybody that's got 2 functioning brain cells in their head can figure it out that the published government numbers of, you know, 2% or 4% inflation. No, give me a break. Come on. Yeah, 2% or 4% year over year, maybe. But anybody that goes to the grocery store and pays $6 for a gallon of milk knows that that's bullshit. Food has skyrocketed. Everything has skyrocketed, and I don't trust this shit stain. Somebody's smoking pot, like hardcore. I don't know if it's the guy that's in front of me or that dude, but it's skunk weed. Serious skunk weed. So it was right over here. I think it was this intersection. It's either this intersection or the one just on the other side of the highway that rolling shootout happened. Crazy. And this gas station right here on this bike, I was almost bike jacked. If I hadn't been carrying that day, which I normally am, if I hadn't been carrying, I definitely would have gotten jacked. The guy had a gun pointed right at me, and I had a gun pointed at his balls, and he decided no. My ball buster's gonna win that argument. Pick a lane there, genius. Definitely on the phone. Yep, fucking with the phone. The City Grip is pretty noisy on concrete, which is all of Houston. Surprised how noisy it is compared to the Diablo. Diablo, I didn't really have any front tire noise, but these are humming quite a bit at 45-ish miles an hour. And yes, I checked to make sure that they had the tire on the correct direction. I was just thinking about that when I picked up the bike picked up the wheels at Wild West after they had mounted it. I was checking to make sure they had the forward reverse correct, because a lot of times these smaller scooter tires are universal. You know, they can be either front or rear depending on which way the tread is facing, and there's an arrow on there that says, you know, front, rear for direction of rotation. They got it right. No footer, no footer, no footer, no footer. As far as other maxi scoots, we've really only got the Bergman 650, and I think that's even been discontinued. Someone can correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong, but I think the last Berg 650 was the 2018 or 19 model, so I don't know that it's still in their lineup. They have the 400. BMW has their 400, but there are no other 500, 600 class scoots except for the Kymco, I think it's the Kymco or Sim, whichever one, AK 550. And I've heard that that's a really good scoot. I'm not much for the non-Japanese brand scooters, but that might be worth checking out. It's got all the right features, man. I mean, it's very advanced. It's got ABS and traction control, and I don't think it's got ride-by-wire and cruise control and all that, but it has an electrically adjustable windscreen, and it's a pretty fancy scoot. It's got big-ish wheels and tires on it too. I want to say they're 15s front and rear, at least a 15 front and a 14 rear. Dual discs, ABS, all that. So it's a pretty advanced scoot, and you know, 500 and something, 550cc engine. So it'll get down the road. I might have to check into one of those. If I can find one in good shape, I might try it. The fear that I have for all the non-Japanese makes is they're just not distributed very well here, and that means the dealer and service network is spotty at best. So if you have problems with it, you're going to have to do your own maintenance, and very likely parts are going to be hard to come by. So I don't know. I'll think about it. Boom. Okay, well, I've arrived. I'm going to go in and work for these guys. They've been waiting on me all week. Need to get some things done and try to keep a happy customer, you know. Where I'm going to park, I guess I'll park over here out of their way. If this is out of their way, we'll find out. Alright everybody, welcome back to the day. It's 4:15 and it's a little steamy out here. Feels like 102. The app says 94 degrees with some humidity, and I just put the glove on. I gotta do the screenshot, right? I gotta do the screenshot. Oh, can you get it? Already mounted the phone. Couldn't get a hold of it. And current conditions. Humidity's not too bad, but it's feeling kind of thick out here. There's almost no air moving. You can see the flag here. It's just dead still. Toasty. It's going to be a nice, sunny, pretty clear weekend from what I gather. And tomorrow, the barbecue truck, the smoker truck that was sitting here next to me, Mike and a bunch of people are going up to Yogi Bear or something. I've been there with my family many years back. It's a little water park resort in Waller, Texas, just out 290 a little ways outside of the Houston area, and there's going to be a cook-off up there, and I don't know what I don't know what the prices or the entry fees or any of that are, but Scooter, he said it's like $10 or something to get in for the event, so that's cool. I know the park is a little bit pricey. It's 105 or 110 bucks a night just to camp in their dirt, which is a little bit steep. You can rent little cabins and stuff out there. It's neat. It's a nice place. Little family water park. Ooh, sharp metal tray in the road. Too hot for that to be down. So I'm beating some of the rush hour traffic, but not all of it. 4:15 on a Friday. It's going to be a little bit thick out here. Trying to decide which route I want to take. I know I don't want to get on the highway from up here. It's going to be a mess. I could go down 99, I suppose. Yeah, I could do 99. Why not? Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll take 99. It won't be a scenic ride, but at least I won't have all the stop and go. I got my scenery this morning. I have to be happy with that. Forgot about the school zones here on Huffmeister. School zones all the way through late afternoon. I think they don't quit until 5 or something like that. Pretty late. That's it for the school zone. Everybody's hitting the gas. Oh boy, I didn't get enough done this week. I feel like I don't know why. I don't feel like I accomplished enough. You ever feel that way? You know that you worked, you know that you were busy all week, but you don't feel like you got enough done, everything done that you had hoped to do. I don't know, and I don't even know what I hope to do. I just don't feel like I got enough done. I don't even know what it is. I just don't feel like I'm finished, you know? Ganked my mirror out of position when I put my helmet on there earlier. Ugh. I haven't been riding with my Cardo on the side of the helmet. I don't know if you guys can see it missing over here in the helmet, but anyway, I took it off there a while back to charge it, and I just left it sitting there on the cabinet charging. I haven't messed with it. I used to ride and commute a lot listening to music in the background, usually alternative or sometimes new age jazz, smooth jazz, stuff like that. Anything that's not too frantic or frenetic, because that just doesn't play well with me in traffic. I end up driving too fast and aggressive listening to speed metal in traffic. Get out of my way! Ramstein and Houston traffic. Yeah, not a good mix. Ramstein. Tomato. Oh yeah, it's too hot for this helmet to be closed. Woo! It is steamy out here today. There's just no air moving. It's so dead still. I need to shop around for another jacket. I've complained about it many times, mentioned it several times. I need to find a decent, lighter colored textile jacket, mesh jacket for commutes into the bike. I know Cycle Gear's got a bunch of clearances right now, but I'm still not happy with Cycle Gear. I'll shop around, I'll find something. But yeah, I don't feel like going through the bowels of west side of Houston today on surface streets. I'm definitely going to take 99. 290 out, about 4 miles out that way. Pick up 99, go south. Got to pay for it, but yeah. Sometimes paying a couple bucks for the toll roads is worth it to save the headaches of all the bumper biting and crazy backstabbing nonsense that goes on the streets. Lower chance of getting rear-ended or sideswiped. Usually the HOVs, you know, you can take, but 99 out there is not HOV. It's toll only. Katie managed toll and stuff like that, or HOV during peak hours, rush hour, but outside of that it reverts to toll. Even then I still pay for it, you know, extra buck, whatever, $1.25, I don't care. It's worth not having to deal with the cagers changing lanes over top of me and nailing the brakes in front of me just so they can make a triple lane change and exit at the last second. No thanks. Skip. No. rider balance is really bugging me. Me on that line. Yeah, front tire's just hopping. If I get over 75 indicated up to almost 80 indicated, which would be 75 actual, it kind of tames out a little bit. But right here at 70 actual, it's very annoying. Just, I don't know if you can see it in my hand in the shadow there. I gotta pull it off there, rebalance it, take it over to Wild West and have them do it. Even if I take it over there for them to do it, I'm going to put it on my own balancing stand after the fact and just see how far off it is. Mushki Road, 2¼ miles. It's right after Mushki. Ooh, finding those brakes. Maybe this was not the right lane. Ooh, somebody locked it up. I smell rubber. These City Grips don't like that groove, that pavement right there. On the smaller bikes like the PCX, I never noticed it, but the wing being as heavy as it is, it doesn't like those grooves. It squirms and dances around. These don't seem to bother it too bad, but the bigger pavement grooves really do. Man, that would suck to hit, whatever that was. Big metal something. Man, it's really bad right here at 65 to 70. Hopping, hopping, hopping. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Alright, you've been holding everybody up. No, I'm not waiting on you anymore. So much for 99 being faster.